how are you doing? My name is Tinashe Marcos Mugodi and I am the Junior President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. So we had a wonderful afternoon today with the Minister of ICT. We were launching the Child Online Protection, and my key takeaways is that the government of the Second Republic is doing formidably fine in implementing strategies to protect the children. And I've also noted that the government has the children of Zimbabwe at heart, and they are trying their level best to be able to implement strategies to protect the dignity and safety of the children of Zimbabwe. So my call to action is that let us not fumble, let us be radical, let us be brutal in matters that concern the children of Zimbabwe, because the children are the future of Zimbabwe and the future is now. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Honorable Nasha Kore, representing Zimbabwe constituency, and today we were here for a workshop on digital usage and implementing policies. So with this workshop, I took out a few points on how social media is becoming an issue in our states and how we are, as children, are going to solve this thing also with the help of the government. And I believe with the key points that we were given and some of the things that we took note of, we are going to make social media a safe digital thing to be as children. Thank you.
Today we had an opportunity to engage on the online protection policy for children that is being launched by the Minister of ICT. And what was clear was that there is evidence that children are experiencing exploitation online, exploitation. They are experiencing cyberbullying. They have been accessing material that is not relevant to their age, and therefore the policy comes at the right time, and it's calling on all stakeholders to participate to ensure that all of us are familiar with the policy and are able to raise awareness in our various communities, be it the church, be it schools, be it communities, be it in our work environments. It's calling for us to take action. Government is clear. This job requires a collective action. So the takeaway here in what we've observed is that parents are an important stakeholder and therefore need to be reached out. There has to be a way of engaging parents, because they are the first line of protection for all children. They are also important in that they have to be knowledgeable on how children can be protected online. They are the people who buy gadgets for children. They are the people who rent the lines, the mobile lines to their children, and therefore have an obligation and duty to protect their children and ensure that those gadgets have, passwords where children cannot access this unsafe information. So that has been clear. There is a gap in engaging parents. There is also a gap in terms of the language this policy is in. At the moment, it's in English. It has to be translated to all languages. And for Zimbabwe, we have 16 languages. So it has to be translated in all those languages. It also has to be accessible online as a soft copy, so that those who are able or on the internet can read it and be able to share it. The ministry is also saying, let's look at some of the gaps that remain, because this is a continuous exercise. So the ministry is clear, the door is open, please engage us, and they are available. So it becomes a collective responsibility for this, for the success of the policy. But also clear is that the ministry said, yes, we have a policy, but enforcement requires an act, and work has started towards that. So for an act to be successful, it means we also need to be active participants to it, that to ensure the act materializes before it gets to the legislators. So those are some of the takeaways, and I believe this exercise has opened a lot of spaces for us to engage each other, and we believe we'll continue to do so.
So we'll be borrowing from the Child Online Survey Survey of 2024. And in actual fact, we interviewed children in 32 districts across 10 provinces in Zimbabwe. And we found out that about 52% of children indicated that they used internet in the 3 months leading to the survey, which is on its own is an indication that indeed children are spending time on the internet. And about 94.4% also indicated that at some point in time they also had used the internet, which is a confirmation that indeed children are spending time on the internet. This figure is different from the internet penetration rate that we discussed earlier on, or that was mentioned earlier on, because this one speaks directly to children. Okay. About 58% of these users access the internet frequently. That is every day or every other day. So in terms of frequency, indeed, children are spending more and more time on the internet. And of course, the frequency also increases with age. I think it's also normal that you would expect that frequency to increase during non-school days. So that's what this figure is showing. So indeed, children are spending more and more time on the internet. And in our survey, WhatsApp stood out as the predominant social networking platform among children, with 84% of the children indicating that indeed they spend much of their time on WhatsApp. But that does not also mean that they are not spending time on Facebook, on YouTube, and other social media platforms. This is the current situation. And I think you will all agree with me that since we are talking of 2024, these figures are conservative, because we're already in 2026. But I think they give you an indication of what is happening with the children. But the one part, ladies and gentlemen, is that of the children that were interviewed, 75% of them confirmed using their profiles and not someone else. But here is the catch. 46% of such profiles are set to public. What does that mean? It means everyone who is here and anyone can access or see their profiles, which brings in issues to do with raising data protection issues. And about 6% of children were unsure of their profile settings.